Hey, it's Jack from Jack Gately Real Estate and the Online Real Estate Academy. Let's take a look at the Massachusetts real estate market update for September 2023. Let's start with price, as we always do. And the average price for a single-family home in Massachusetts in August 2023 was $788,000. $788,000. It's actually down slightly, a slight sag in this number from July, which was 808, so about a 20,000. It's we'll just call it a holding steady, but just a tiny bit of weakness there. That year over year, it is higher than it was in August of 2022. But of course, we've been on a roller coaster ride since then, right? Since August, or the last year and a half, really, up and down, as you see by the arrows I put on this chart. So much has to do with interest rates. Let's cut right to interest rates right now. And right now, according to Mortgage News Daily, we have interest rates for the 30-year fixed conventional loan, your basic plain vanilla loan, at about 7 and a quarter. Not 6, Jack. 7 and a quarter. Now, there was a lot of press at the middle of August and into the end of August how mortgage rates spiked, and they did spike quite a bit, up to 7.5% on August 22nd. They've since kind of slid a little bit since then, back to 7 and a quarter. But 7.5% interest rates got a lot of publicity, and I think that kind of spooked some people in the market because they haven't seen 7.5% interest rates since 20-something years. So that definitely had a psychological impact on the market. And because mortgage rates went so high, mortgage applications dropped to their lowest level since the mid-90s. For 28 years, it hasn't been this low. But for now, at least that has not affected what sellers are getting for the list price of their home. In August, sellers got 102% of their original list price. So it was bid up a little bit. Keep in mind that these numbers are for deals that closed in August, and so they went under agreement in July or late June. It's a lagging indicator. Almost everything's a lagging indicator, but certainly 102% of original list price, that's strong seller indication, strong seller market. It took on average 19 days to accept an offer. So, hey, you're putting your house under agreement in 3 weeks, basically, we'll call it. This is also pro seller number here. And on the first of the month, we had 3,694 homes for sale in Massachusetts on September 1st. But I think this number doesn't really tell us a lot because if you remember, Friday, September 1st was also the first day of Labor Day weekend, and there might be a lot of people who didn't put their house on the market until, say, Tuesday after Labor Day weekend, which would have been, the 4th or the 5th or something like that. 3,694 has been kind of where we're running recently, about 3,700 homes. But I checked, and 10, 11 days into the month, we're actually at an inventory number of 4,305. That's a significant bump up, and that's actually the highest I've seen, kind of a mid-month number for several months. This is actually a leading indicator that supply is up. Statewide, we sold 3,950 homes, which is kind of just holding steady, so to speak. Happy to say that Jack Gately Real Estate contributed to this number in a very meaningful. August was really good. Let's just put it that way. So remember, if you want to sell your home, hit me up or buy. But holding steady. Remember, things that sell in August, they went under agreement back in July or June. Pending sales held relatively steady at 3,842, but check out this number. In August 2022, a year ago, we had over 5,000 pending home sales year over year. So what's that? A loss of 1,200 homes, basically on a monthly base, year over year deficit. Wow, that's a big difference in terms of the total volume hitting the marketplace. So this is a very strange market, and I think in a different video a couple weeks ago, I said that I was going to post to make a weather analogy, a warning, to keep a weather eye, because we're looking at two very interesting dynamics. First off, those of you who already have a home, the housing market is so tight, according to Yahoo, because 90% of homeowners locked in lower mortgage rates before the recent surge. So, according to Redfin, something like 62% of people who have a mortgage have a rate below 4%. And as I said earlier, rates are now currently 7.25%. So why would you sell? It just doesn't make any sense. If you don't want to live in the home anymore, it makes sense to maybe even rent it out. Hence our historically low inventory, which we've talked about on this report many, many times. But there's one other factor that is concerning to me in the short term and the long term, even though I'm overall bullish on the economy. And that's the jobs market. The jobs market. Every single month this year, the jobs numbers have been actually revised down. So it's like they release a high-level jobs number to get the headline, and then the next month later they just like revise it down when no one's paying attention. And while there's been a lot of focus on the revisions of these numbers, there's also some more recent focus and concern about the actual quality of the jobs that are being produced. Are these real jobs, or are they kind of MIC jobs, low pay service sector jobs? And there's a lot of evidence to indicate that they're heavily weighted to the low-paid service sector rather than well-paid middle-class jobs. In other words, is the recession, which is the policy of the Fed. The policy of the Fed is to crush inflation by creating a recession. Is the recession at our doorstep? I don't know. We'll have to see. I'll keep you posted. I'm Jack from Jack Gately Real Estate in the Online Real Estate Academy. Have a great day.